In 1897, a man stood 3 feet from the richest vein of gold ever found in Colorado. He didn't know it, so he sold his drill, he sold his cart, he sold his dream for $600. The man who bought his equipment became a millionaire in 6 weeks. This is the true cost of quitting one step too soon. His name was Elias Cobb, 29 years old, born in a 2-room house outside Leadville, Colorado. His father died in a mining accident when Elias was 14. His mother took in laundry to keep the family fed. Elias grew up believing one thing: gold was the only way out of poverty. In 1895, he heard about a claim near Cripple Creek, a stretch of mountain land nobody wanted. Too rocky, too remote. He used every dollar he had, $240, his entire life savings. He bought the claim, a used drill, 2 pickaxes, and a mule named Samson. He built a 1-room shack at the base of the mountain. He told his mother, "In 2 years, I'll come back for you." In a wagon, not on foot, she cried. Not because she doubted him, because she believed him completely. Elias mined for 18 months. He found traces, small flecks, enough to keep hope alive, never enough to sell for real money. He dug through 2 Colorado winters. Temperatures dropped to 20 below. His hands cracked and bled from swinging the pickaxe in the cold. He borrowed money from a shopkeeper in town, a man named Horace Whitfield, 3 separate times. $200 became $600 in debt. By the fall of 1897, Elias had $11 left, enough for 2 more weeks of food. He wrote a letter to his mother that he never sent. In it, he confessed he'd failed her. On October 3rd, he swung his pickaxe into the wall of the shaft, the same wall he'd been chipping at for 6 months. Nothing, just gray rock, like always. He sat down in the dirt of that tunnel and wept. That night, he made a decision. He was done. The next morning, Elias walked into Horace Whitfield's shop in Cripple Creek. He laid his claim deed, his drill, his 2 pickaxes, and Samson's harness on the counter. "I'll take whatever you'll give me," he said. "I'm going home." Horace offered $600, enough to clear his debt, nothing left over. Elias signed the papers with a shaking hand. He didn't ride Samson out of town. He walked. He wanted to feel every mile of the failure. He caught a train to Denver 2 days later, then a second train east, back toward his mother's house. He told himself, "Some men are built for gold. I am not one of them." Horace Whitfield wasn't a miner. He was a shopkeeper who liked a bargain. He hired a young geologist passing through town, a man named Cyrus Bell, to inspect the claim before deciding what to do with it. Cyrus walked the tunnel Elias had dug for 18 months. He measured the angle of the rock. He studied the mineral streaks in the walls. He told Horace something simple: "Whoever dug this stopped digging in exactly the wrong place. The vein doesn't run where he was digging. It runs 3 feet to the left and about 4 feet down." Horace didn't hesitate. He hired 2 men and told them exactly where to dig. On October 19th, 16 days after Elias sold his claim, the 2 miners broke through. Not traces, not flecks. A solid vein of gold ore, 11 inches wide, running deep into the mountain. Within 6 weeks, that single claim had produced more raw gold than the entire Cripple Creek district had seen that year. Horace Whitfield, the shopkeeper who bought a failed dream for $600, became one of the wealthiest men in Colorado. Newspapers as far as Chicago ran the story: "Fortune found where another man gave up." Elias was back in his mother's house in Missouri when the newspaper arrived. His mother read the headline out loud before she understood what she was reading. Elias took the paper from her hands. He read every word twice. 3 feet. He had stopped 3 feet from the vein. He didn't speak for 2 days. His mother said later that he sat by the window from morning until dark, holding the newspaper, saying nothing. On the 3rd day, Elias did something that surprised everyone who knew him. He didn't fall apart. He picked up a pencil and a blank sheet of paper. He wrote at the top, "What did I actually learn?" Underneath, he wrote 3 things. 1. I quit the moment I ran out of money, not the moment I ran out of gold. 2. I never once brought in someone who understood the rock better than I did. 3. I measured my progress by how I felt, not by what the land was actually telling me. Elias never mined again, but he never forgot the lesson 3 feet taught him. He took a job at a mining supply company in St. Louis. Within 4 years, he was running the Western Sales Division because he understood miners better than anyone in the building. He'd lived their exact desperation. By 1910, he owned that company outright. He built his fortune not by finding gold, but by understanding, better than any man alive, exactly why prospectors quit right before they struck it. Every new employee at his company heard the same instruction on their first day. Before you tell a customer to give up on a claim, you find someone who knows the ground better than they do. That's the whole job. He kept a small framed photograph on his office wall for the rest of his life. It wasn't a photo of Cripple Creek. It was a hand-drawn map, 3 feet marked in red ink, a reminder, not of failure, but of the exact cost of stopping too early. Elias Cobb never became a gold miner's success story. He became something more useful, a man who understood in his bones that the moment right before a breakthrough looks identical to the moment right before total failure. There is no signal, no warning bell, no shift in the wind. The only difference between quitting and breaking through is whether you take one more step. Before you put down the tool you've been swinging for months, ask yourself the question Elias asked too late. Am I quitting because the gold isn't there, or because I'm tired? Those are never the same question. If this story reminded you why the hardest mile is always the one right before the finish line, subscribe to Unbroken Stories. And tell us in the comments, what's the 3 feet you're standing in front of right now? We read every one.